Welcome to Keiser Voices, the story of success, brought to you by Keiser University Graduate School, here where the academic world meets personal triumph. Join us today as we dive into the captivating tales of success.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Keiser Voices. We're excited to continue talking about the importance of mentorship. Our focus this week will be with a few of our guests from our flagship and our graduate school campuses as we take a look at a very successful mentorship program that they have launched, and that's the Amplify program. And we're excited to announce that this year, in its third year, it's also going to be opened up to our graduate school students. But before we get there, let me introduce our guests first. So joining us is Dean Peluso from the graduate school. And we should note that when this program started, she was the dean also at the flagship campus. So we're really excited to have her here at grad school, but to see the continuation of this program. Dr. Anthony Hilliard from our flagship campus and Dr. Rita Johnston from our flagship campus. So thank you guys for joining us to talk about the Amplify program.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
So I think the first thing that we should tell people about, and even for me to ask about, is what is the Amplify program? So Dean Peluso, can you tell us a little bit about what Amplify program is and what the main goal was when it was first launched?
Absolutely. Well, as you know, life happens outside of the classroom, as much as it happens inside the classroom, and your learning doesn't stop. And the faculty and I were having a conversation one day about the faculty's desire to enhance engagement with graduate students to continue their learning experiences. But also we were talking about what it is that we couldn't do in the classroom. And the conversation swung to the need, especially for graduate students that don't have a lot of work experience, the need to help them understand what was waiting for them in the world of work. Many graduate students aspire to advance in their careers, but they don't know what that looks like. And they don't understand what that process is of starting at stage zero or step one at ground zero. And how do you move up in your career? So we talked about creating the opportunity for graduate students to connect to experienced, successful business people in the community, and the added value that networking and engaging with the business community would have for our graduate students. And that is really the gist of where this idea blossomed. We wanted their connections with the mentors, business owners and business mentors, to amplify what it is that the students are learning with us in their degree programs.
Dr. Johnston, when we take a look at the main skills areas of growth, those opportunities for the students, what was the expectation on those skills that they could develop through the Amplify program?
Going back to what Dean Peluso said, is that they know that they want a career, but they didn't quite know how to get there. So our purpose was to not only give them some hard skills, but also soft skills that they were not a part of on an everyday basis. And that's when we brought, like Dean Peluso said, we brought in the C-suite or very successful people in the community. We've helped them. The skills that we wanted for them to really look at is taking their leadership, but actually developing it inside themselves. And what we focused on was networking skills, how to brand yourself, job shadowing, opportunities out there in the communities, and connecting them with people that might be in their careers that they want to go into, but also with some other individuals, because what we think we want to do is not necessarily all the time of what we end up doing. Okay. And also caring about people in some skills, which it sounds kind of strange, is being accountable and being committed to improving yourself and learning and embracing those opportunities that we were trying to give them. So those are just some of them. One other one that I just thought of is also connecting with the community. We looked at last year connecting with nonprofits to see how they can help them, and maybe the nonprofits can help us. And I think that sometimes that's a part that's maybe missing. So, and we're moving on to year 3, like you said.
Which is exciting. Dr. Hilliard, when we take a look at our faculty involvement, how can the Amplify help also support them in their development, not just outside of the classroom, like Dean Peluso and Dr. Johnston spoke about, but also inside the classroom?
Well, it's a wonderful opportunity for our students who have taken courses and have a 180-degree view of topics within their major. But when you add someone from the business community to come in and actually talk to them, specifically if it's an area where they want to work, they begin to develop a 360-degree view and understand that it's not just the topics that they learn in class, but as Dean Peluso and Dr. Johnston said, all of the soft skills, how to communicate, how to work with others. So we get a transformation of the students as they, and this is really great for first year students because they begin to see the path that they need to take so that after their second year, they can walk right into jobs. So we kind of round out the educational process. We help them once they've learned what the topics and concepts in the classroom. Now we're teaching them those really important business skills, how to write a resume, how to write a cover letter that will do nothing but translate everything that they've learned and take them into the workforces they have planned to do.
I would like to add to that as well. We know the students in the first 2 cohorts have brought back to their peers in the classroom things that they learned from their mentors. And that's multiplying what is happening in that mentoring pair to others who maybe are not participating, but those who get to benefit. It also connects the faculty to those mentors too. So they have a connection to maybe join our advisory boards or network our faculty with other people the mentors know. So we didn't intend this in the title Amplify, but even just starting the program has amplified its impact so much more.
True. It's true.
If I can add something, I'm sorry.
Yes. No, please.
No, when Dr. Peluso was talking about connecting with our advisory board, it also, I have found through my connection with Amplify, it goes out into the community to different leadership foundations or organizations, and also with connecting it with one that I'm on, they provide scholarships for women. So there's that 6 degrees of separation, as they say, and you just never know who you're going to connect with that can form the next layer of that and really help outside of what we do once a month and when they meet with their mentors during the month.
I want to kind of go back to something you guys said just to explain a little bit more with what the Amplify program and how it works. So you have students that are in graduate programs from, the previous 2 years have been from the flagship campus, our residential campus located in Palm Beach, and you're connecting them with local community members and you're pairing up. But we're not talking about just any community member. I mean, you've had some top-notch mentors step up to the plate to be that. And it doesn't even matter the industry. I mean, obviously it's helpful if you have a student, let's say, who's in sports management, be able to connect with, like an institution like the Miami Marlins. Obviously that's a fantastic connection, but it's just the general opportunity to learn from these individuals, regardless what the background. So how do you match them up? How did you look at the student and then look at the mentor and put them together? And I don't know who wants to answer that question, but where did that matchmaking magic come from?
Well, I'll jump in here. So first of all, you are right. Our mentors have come from many different industries, from managing sports facilities and professional teams, marketing for professional teams. We've had artists. We've had directors of staffing agencies. We've had highly successful top tier real estate agents, you name it. And it's really true. You don't know what you don't know, or you don't know what you can learn from somebody outside of your intended field. So we started the way most things start. Who did we know that we could reach out to? And that was in our first year, was the good graces of our wonderful colleague, Bob Fasciano, who is very connected in the community, and then individuals that each of us on the planning committee knew. Based on that success of our first group, I reached out to an organization that our flagship campus had joined, the Executives Association of the Palm Beaches. And there is one representative, owner, president, CEO for each business across a variety of sectors, from automotive repair shop to real estate agents to we have people on a waiting list now who have companies that run mold remediation, to construction industry, to air conditioning, plumbing. Everything they have in common is they've started and sustained successful businesses. They've learned how to network. They're hiring people all the time, promoting their own people. And it's like that old Fabergé organics commercial. You tell two people, and each of them tell two people, and so on, and so on, and so on.
Can I add something there too to what Jenny was talking about, Dr. Peluso, on the execs? We actually, this past time, our mentees were invited to the economic forum at the Forum Club in West Palm, and at their cost. And we were quite surprised, or I was surprised, that during this economic forum, which was hundreds of people from West Palm execs, from people really all over the world too, and they actually showcased the Amplify mentoring program and all the strides that we were accomplishing, but that they were helping with, and how they were looking forward to working with us in the future. Like Dr. Peluso said, they're standing in line now, which is pretty cool after just 2 years,
Absolutely.
Yes, a good problem to have.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And can I add one thing too? So we've been focusing our discussion about the power that this program has on the mentees. But the mentors that have come in to the program and donated their time, dedicated their craft to teaching these young people, they are getting a significant bounce too, in the sense of being able to reach back and help the younger generation, because they all state that at some point there was someone just like them that helped pull them into the business. So this is a win-win situation on both sides. There's a great sense of enjoyment and fulfillment from these professionals that are helping young people, which is what we need in society today.
The opportunity to reflect on, their own experiences is really valuable too. To take the time out to take a break from your focus and invest in yourself and in someone else, regardless of their age or their background. Everybody wins in that scenario.
yeah, and there's so many generations in the workplace now, right? And they don't necessarily have the opportunity to come face to face or mentor a college student or grad student. So it really does help them understand what's coming up next, and the mentee understanding these are the skills that you need in order when you leave us to get a job or a career.
Dr. Hilliard, when we look at the Amplify program, why do you think that the mentorship is just so valuable for these students?
There is a wealth of information that is being transferred to our students from these professionals that you won't find in the classroom. And more importantly, there are connections. What's the old line? Sometimes it's who you know instead of what you know. The connections that these professionals have, where they can refer the mentee to others who will even escalate that development of the students. I just had a wonderful opportunity with one of our mentees who was in sport management and paired with a gentleman who worked in Major League Baseball for quite some time. They bonded together, and this gentleman started helping the mentee look for jobs over the summer in between both years. And I had the great opportunity of visiting with her last week at a major soccer team, and met the people that she worked with. And her supervisor and others were telling me that if she continues to progress as she is, they may hire her. That was all started from the mentee, and you can't find that type of power to develop not only the individual, but to create a path for a profession. And that's why our relationships, whether it's sports or law, banking, or real estate, our mentors are helping shaping careers and lives. And I think that's one of the most powerful aspects of our program.
I think this last time too, with the execs of the Palm Beaches and with the other mentors that we had, they formed kind of a consortium, perhaps you could say, that, okay, if one mentor, this isn't really my field, this is what the mentee is looking for or needs some extra help here, how might you be able to help them?
That's right.
Right? So it's not just a complete one-on-one, and you're in a silo. They were actually working together and holding meetings outside of to see how they could help the mentors could help each other, but also help the mentees in areas that if with the person they're matched with may not be able to take them to the top of the mountain, so to speak.
It takes a village.
Yeah.
And something funny too, when we planned this program, we explicitly decided to tell our mentors, we're not asking you to be a mentor to find the mentees jobs.
Right.
We did not want that to be the focus. We wanted it to be about the learning. But you know what? Some of the most tremendous outcomes that we have seen have been where the mentors have found out about job opportunities, have prepared their students in the process of interviewing and the like, and they're now getting employment. The students are getting employment. And that is just so exciting because obviously that sustains our student. It's why they're in their graduate program, because they want to break into a field or advance. And that to me is the ultimate measure of success, along with the other power skills and the networks and the like.
Because I have a student right now who just offered it up the other evening. He says, well, how is the Amplify program going? It's like, it's going great. We're going into year 3, right? And he goes, I can't tell you how valuable it was for me. He said the mentor that he had, he shadowed and they networked and so on and so forth. But he, like Anthony said, with LinkedIn and the resume and so forth, he said, it did so much for my confidence. I mean, and he's a baseball player, so it's like, doesn't really have a lot of confidence problems. But in any event, he said, I interviewed for 5 companies. And he said, and my mentee helped me with the interviewing. And he said, I got all but 4. And he said, and he started last week on the position that he chose. So that's just another instance of it's really, really valuable, not for the job, but forming their confidence and so forth,
Yeah. Dr. Peluso, taking a look back, how do you feel that the Amplify program has really impacted student growth and leadership? I think we kind of touched on it a little bit. I mean, it's really developed and given them confidence, but, were you expecting all this?
Frankly, yes.
I love it.
Absolutely. We all know the power of mentoring. For each of us individually, it was a very significant part of how we got to where we are today. And we knew if we could just spark that, get it going, we knew it could really impact our students in the way that we hoped.
Dr. Johnston, for students who are maybe listening to this and considering the Amplify program, especially with it also being now opened up to students enrolled through the graduate school, what would you tell them about why it's worth participating?
I'm trying to think if I can cull it down into a couple statements.
Maybe tell your story.
Which one?
How did you get to where you are right now?
Okay. Yeah, I have a history of not being able to use my voice, and my mentor actually helped me find my voice and showed something in me I did not see in myself, and opened the doors for me to start teaching in academia and leave the legal world and pursue a PhD. So, and especially for women, I'm kind of partial that way because that's what my dissertation was on. I think that that's really important, and whatever connections that you can make, good connections, positive connections, that can hold you up when things sometimes aren't the way that you want them to be. I think that that's got so much value in it that you're not just going to get it just by happenstance. So I think that, like we said, the jobs are important, but whether it's for this job or the next job, it's a stepping stone to help you get where you want to go. And it's people that really believe in you and that care about you and want to help you get to that point in life that you want to get to. And I think that from when I first started at Keiser, I was hearing from graduate students, what do I do now? Mm-hmm. I'm graduating, what do I do now? And we have, a great career development center that does an awesome job, but they don't always have the time or have the connections. And we've just got an amazing group of mentors that can help point them in the direction that they want to go, or maybe tweak it or pivot it a little bit for them. So, and it's given me enough confidence to sit on some boards now, which is totally outside my comfort zone. And be co-chairs of some committees for leadership Palm Beach County. So it's huge. It opens all sorts of doors.
That's fantastic.
I would like to add to, especially for our graduate students who are not spring chickens and who are returning to their education as graduate students. You're never too old or you're never too experienced to benefit from mentoring. It's not just for young people. Right. It's for people who want to grow. And you can always benefit from mentoring regardless of your age, station, or experience. And that's an important part of our Amplify program. We look for mentors of different experience sets and disciplines and businesses. And having that variety in our students who are getting mentoring is especially important as well. And that is one of the great reasons we want to add our online graduate students now, because COVID changed the world in many respects. One way it improved our world is it gave everybody just a little bit more skill in connecting this way. So mentoring is possible. It's more than just possible in an online environment, and we do encourage everybody to consider it.
That's an excellent point that I want to jump in on with the age of the student. Okay. Throwing it out there to the graduate program, the virtual or whatever. I came back, and I'm going to date myself now. I came back to school after being out for 25 years. And it's really important when you're coming back later to have a mentor that can help you navigate through that, but also help you if you want to change careers, because that takes a lot of courage and a lot of confidence, and they can help you with that and make the connections too. So, Dr. Peluso, I'm glad that you mentioned that. It's really important.
And I would like to add comments from both of them. I'm 162 years old.
You're showing your age. You really are.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah. I have two mentors that I met over 40 years ago. One helped me through college. The other helped me, guided me through law school. And they are still points of reference for me. I come back to them all. They are very good friends, but when I'm not able to wrap my head around a particular issue or question, I call them. So the power of that mentoring and being a mentee, that power lasts for a long time. It's not just for a program. Hopefully we are building relationships too that will last decades. And on that topic, you can learn at every stage in your life, and there are experiences that you have that you can refer back to and say, oh, now I get that. But the help from the mentors to help get that clarity of where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. But hopefully the mentoring process is something that lasts quite some time throughout careers.
Last little bit I would say to that, I don't know what it was, Tony, that sparked me, Dr. Hilliard, but some of our students in the graduate programs own businesses themselves and run businesses themselves. And we would be very, very pleased to have students who are business people as mentors also.
Yes.
Because you have a lot to give to your peers. So just because you are a student at Keiser University, don't let that stop you from reaching a hand to help a fellow student. We would love that.
There's actually a fabulous doctoral student at the graduate school. She graduated with her master's from our Tampa campus, and now she's with the graduate school doing her doctorate. And she is exactly who you're calling for right now. She goes to the Tampa campus all the time to hire Keiser graduates because she knows what's coming for it. So she graduated from her master's and then as an alumni and an active doctoral student. And we've had her on the podcast in the past. She shows up to represent her organization, and she's trying to recruit Keiser students. So if you're like her, this is a fantastic opportunity for you guys to contribute back to your alma mater and future generations. So definitely be in contact with us. And before I let you three go, I have one final question for you, and I'd love to hear each of your own perspectives. But what's your vision for the future of the Amplify program as it continues to grow heading into year 3? And Dr. Hilliard, I'm going to pick on you first.
I was hoping and wishing for a program that would organically bring people together, but at the same time, reach out into the communities to let the community know more about Keiser and what we're doing. And I would love to see us continue to, every year, there's something better and bigger. I'd like to see the power of the program, the power of the individuals who participate in it, just spread that information out through practice and what they do and jobs that they have, and refer back to say, oh, well, it was Keiser that helped me out and I had this mentor from that program. And at the end of the day, it's the power where everyone benefits. The community benefits, the university benefits, and the mentors that donate their time and energy, they benefit also. So I'd like to see it just grow in multiple different ways, but also help every facet of the program and the communities that we serve and live and work in also.
Dr. Johnston?
I'm writing. I'm an introvert. I have to write. I think Anthony really covered it all. I think that for the Amplify program, yes, to continue to grow, but to always be focused on what our values are, our underpinnings when we started this, and to be open to new ideas, of course, and just stay focused and open the opportunities, like you said, to the graduate program in Fort Lauderdale. but be able to do so and grow in a way that we don't get lost, and it isn't as powerful because we've gotten so big so quick, if that makes sense.
And Dean Peluso?
I have 3 very specific things I'd like to see us do with this program in time. First is I would like to see us go global. After we add our graduate school, I would love to see us bring in our other Florida campuses and all of our international partners. That is very exciting to me. Secondly, I would like to see us expand to really engage intentionally in service learning with our mentors and mentees, doing projects together to demonstrate the value of our program to the communities that we're living, working, and serving in. The third is that I would really love to see this integrated into an alumni network, alumni engagement, where our alumni promote each other's businesses and service each other's businesses from a business to business standpoint as well. So, might take us 2 years, 5 years to do all of those things. I'm an optimist.
Just a bit.
But actually, the fourth thing here would be I'd like to see us engage more faculty and more staff and more administrators so we can take this to scale.
Awesome.
And I think those are realistic and fantastic goals based on what Amplify has already done for the students in the community. Dr. Johnston, Dr. Hilliard, Dr. Peluso, thank you guys for taking the time to talk to us a little bit about the Amplify program. It's so important after we just had Mr. Fasciano on to talk about the power of mentorship and leadership. So thank you guys for joining us today.
Just let us know if you have any more questions. We're always there to help.
We look forward to seeing your applications.
Yes. So students, if you're listening to this at the graduate school, stay tuned. We're going to have an application process for students that are interested in being part of the Amplify program coming here soon, but also to our community members. If you think that you could benefit a student, both yourself as well as the student, by being one of our mentees, contact us. We'll have that information for you in the contact or the comment section underneath this video, and we can connect you with the program leads that are on here with us today and learn more about that opportunity for you. And as always, thank you so much for listening. And if you've enjoyed this conversation, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and follow as we continue this conversation on Keiser Voices.
Thank you for journeying with us today on Keiser Voices, the story of success. As we close this chapter, remember, every story has its next page.